Good evening, everyone. I hope this video find you doing well, and it was on my mind. So I thought I would just spend a little time. I wanted to put up a video, and the video that I wanted to put up, it's about credit and how I raised my credit score over a period of time. I guess about 4 months, and I raised it over 112 points. And you hear different things, and I'm telling you what was done and what I did, different things. I'm not going to tell anyone or try to give anybody any false hope and say that this is easy, but it can be done. And I did it. That's why I can tell you that it can be done. And my main thing is what I want. I want to be able to help people. Sure, I want you to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button and all that stuff that people say. This is, it's not even monetized yet. Hopefully it will be one day. But I still want to give you some pertinent information that will help you because it helped me. Amen. So I just wanted you to get something from the channel, and I wanted to be able to help you in your credit situation. How you can raise your credit score over 100 points, 112 actually, and really still steady going up in 4 months. It's not something that happens overnight, and I hope you don't expect it to be like that. It happened over time. You have different people that want to sell you different things, but you can do a lot of this stuff yourself. You don't really have to pay for all this information. You can look at videos where they'll tell you certain things. Sure, they want you to join their courses. I don't have any courses to sell, but I do have some pertinent information that I know that works. And you may say how I know it works. I know it works because I've done it and personally done it. So I know that it works. Some things that you need to know about it, you have to study. And things I know today, I wish I had have known years back. I own a business, commercial business, commercial trucking, owner operator. And I wish I know some of the things now that I've learned over these past few years that I knew then about credit. And you have to know what works and what doesn't work. And I had like a large bill to come up. I had to do some work on my truck. I had to replace on several different occasions, replace a radiator, where the bowl where the fluid goes in. I had to replace that, and I had to replace a starter. And then I had some other issues. I had something that I had to replace, cost me over $4,000. And I just took the card up there, and you slide the card, and I don't think about it. I just know I need the part. But the thing that I want to help you build your score in a timely manner over a period of time is you have to know when your credit card statement is closing. You may have heard this before. It's two things you need to know about it. You need to know when the due date is and when your statement is closing. Those two things are extremely important on affecting your credit score. And let me kind of break it down to you and explain what I'm saying. If you know that your credit card statement is due on the 10th of the month, the 10th of the month is the day that you have to pay your minimum payment. That's not the statement closing date. You need to look on there and look at your report and see when your statement actually closes. So you need to make sure that you're paying whatever you want on your bill, however much it is, before the statement closing date. That's a very important date. Two important dates: the date your bill is due and the date that that account is closing. And let me break that down to you even further. You have to pay your minimum payment, whatever that may be, so you don't end up incurring late charges. If you don't pay it by the due date, then you will incur late charges. That's the first way that they make money on you. And after they do that as well, if what's going to affect your credit score, if your score is the amount of money that you have that you owe for that month, and the higher it is, the lower your score is going to be. Depends on how many cards you got. I have a plethora of cards, probably in excess of 20, and the majority of them at zero balance. A few that I use. But what I'm saying is, once that's reported to the credit bureau, you're stuck with that reporting for that bill for that period until your next billing cycle, until your next report. So you do the best you can to get it as low as you can, however many you have. I'm sure you heard they say over 30%. I've done research and I know what I'm talking about. 30% is what they say, that's the marginal line, but that's not the low margin line. 30% is the high margin line. Okay? That's what they recommend. The absolute best credit margin is below 10%. That is excellent credit. That's where the excellent line is. It's below 10%, not below 30, below 10%. Now this is the thing. If you can't do that, then you do the best you can. Everybody's situation is different, and you may not have that, so you got to do the best you can. And the thing is, if you can get it down below 50%, that's a start. You got to start somewhere. You can't do everything overnight. You may not have the funds to do that, but if you can get it down over 50%, say it's 60 or 70%, you got to work to try to get it down below 50%, and that's what I've done. And then went from there, and then you go further down. The further, the better. 10% is below 10% optimal. 30% is the line that they put for you and say you keep it below that, and that's when everything starts to level out and get better for you. But optimum is below 10%. That's when you get your best rating. So you need to know that. And like I said, even though knowing that, you also need to know, like I said, is when your due date, your bill is due. If it's due on the 9th of every month, 10th of the month, every month, 11th of the month, or whatever day it's due on, and then when the statement is closing. Because once that statement closes, then that's what you're stuck with until the next cycle rolls around. So that's how you get your score down. And if you may have 10 cards, 3 cards, or whatever, like I said, I have a plethora of cards, I got a card book. But whatever number of cards you have, that's what you need to do to get your credit score in the right direction. It may not happen overnight. You may not have the money, and everybody don't have the same amount of fun, and you know what you have. I'm not in your home. I don't know that. But that's how you get your score up. And what that does, that allows you to get better interest rates and on cars, better interest rates on loans, or even make you qualify for a loan. And when you get certain scores, then you begin to get in or a less in a more favorable category, and then they'll begin to may give you more offers. But you still have to be careful. I've looked at the different credit scoring, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, and then a lot of times Credit Karma, a lot of different services. And the thing that you got to look like, they'll give you all kind of offers and cards. Sure, they give you offers and cards, but you need to look at what they're offering you. Bunch of garbage cards. They get a bunch of garbage card offers all the time. I look at them and keep moving. Okay, I'm not trying to pay a lot of yearly fees and things to that nature. You know what I mean? And they offer you $125. I'm not paying you $125 a month for some off-brand credit card that may offer you $1,000, and up front they taking $125. Now, when you get yourself settled, you may decide you want to know American Express. I got 4 of those, 4 of them, 2 personal, 2 business. But I'm saying is they offer value. If I'm gonna have to pay money for a card, any card, it needs to offer me value. I'm not just paying for a name, but I need to see the value. And for years, the only one that I had was Capital One. And their credit limit is pretty high. Well, it's decent, and put it like that. It's up in 1,000, but I'm saying I paid for that, and I wanted to get that off, and maybe our product changes to see if I can switch it to another card later on before it rolls around again. And that card, and then Navy Federal, which that's something totally different. And now I qualified, and now I have a flagship card. I have 3 cards with Navy Federal. And if you military or have someone in your family military or live in a home with somebody that's been in the military, I would say that's the way to go. Navy Federal is the biggest credit union in this country. No one's bigger. And if you handle your business and take care of your business, pay your bills on time, and so forth. You can get loans. I mean, a plethora of things. This video could be, I don't know how long, going down through all those different things. But getting in there, you have to put your time in. I'm not going to try to see a bunch of clickbait or just tell you something and then have you thinking that's the way it is. But you have to do your research. You put your time in and see how it works for you. It doesn't work the same for everyone. I don't care what anybody says. It doesn't work the same. Put your time in and do your research. And if this information is helpful, you'll join the channel, because I plan to continue to give out a lot of information. I've been down through a lot of things, and I'm seeing a lot of things change. And like I say, over 4 months, I raised my credit score over 100 points, 112 points, I think to be exact. And this is what I've done personally. And I said, let me get on here and just put this video up. I put another video up, I think it was last week. I'm starting trying to put them up regularly with information that I've garnered over the years, and even by listening to other YouTubers, where I can get the information from. But I want to help you. I'm big into trying to help people with credit, because there's so much stuff that, it's like people like robbery and illegal robbery. All the money that you pay for interest on cars. And I've been there and done that, bought cars over decades. And you look back over it and you see all the money that you waste that you could have done something else with. And we've all been guilty of doing things. And I'm not saying that I'm not guilty of buying cars you want stuff, but if you wait later and save your money, it's a lot better, even if you don't pay all of it. Paying a portion of it is much better. It may seem good up front to just walk in, walk out, not have to pay anything down. That's all sound well and good, but when you look at the whole story, the backstory, you'll see what the whole issue is. It even on Credit Karma, when you look and they tell you how much their loan is and what the percentage is and how much interest you have to pay on these loans, you're like, you want to back up. You're like, man, this money I'm losing. If I just hold out of weight, the money that I'm paying them, that money could be in my pocket. And I know every situation is different. People may need a car, people may need something, and they can't wait. I understand that. But on the average, if we just begin to just kind of hold back and just kind of pay attention to what's going on and look at all of the wealth and the money that we're losing when we are buying cars and different things like that and so forth. And it's just a wealth of knowledge, so much stuff. Even when you're buying cars or you're buying stuff within a period of time, even though it looked like it'd be maybe multiple hits on your credit, if you buy within a 14-day period, I think it is, somewhere in there, then it may look like multiples, but then it's supposed to all count as one. Because it took me a long time to figure out, like, what are they really saying? They said it's only supposed to be counted as one inquiry, but I see all these different inquiries. But I understand it shows multiple, but it really supposed to count as one. So my thing is, why did it show as one or group it as one, but it's still multiple hickeys on your credit report? But if within that period, it's supposed to all count as one. So that's what I have. I thought I'd get on here for a little while. It was on my mind to do this video and see if I could just put out some knowledge that I have garnered and just try to use and just try to help someone. I hope it really helps somebody. I hope it really gets somebody going and really motivates you to work on credit. I spent thousands paying down credit cards, paying on cars in order to get my credit where I wanted to be. I didn't want to do it, savings, but I did what I had to do because I wanted to be able to go forward and do some things, and maybe just to throw it out there and maybe help somebody, get them a little understanding. Not saying I'm a professional credit or whatever, but I'm over my years, what I've experienced, I can pass it on and help somebody, because I'm not saying what somebody else told me. I'm talking about the things that I know, the things that I've done personally. So I know it works. I've seen it, my score go up, from low 6 somethings to almost close to 750 over a period of 4 months, working diligently and doing what needs to be done to get it there. And if you work at it, and like I say, work on when you're paying it, when your bill was due. And if you can't do anything, just make sure you don't be getting late payments. Because really what happens is they're just taking your money when you're doing that, basically. But at least you won't get something on your credit report saying you didn't pay on time. So work on that, and I hope that helps you all out. And I just decided to get on for a little while and just leave that information with you, and I hope that helps. And Lord's willing, we'll talk to you on the next time. Okay, bye for now.